What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we'll be talking about the 3 new exotics or new-ish exotics in the Dawning event. I'll be going over what they are, what they do, and how to obtain them, of course. The Icebreaker is definitely the most hunted at the moment because it's so difficult to obtain, and also because there's a lot of confusion about how exactly it drops, so I wanted to clarify that. And also the Thunderlords, of course, which are quite simple themselves, but I'll also briefly go over what you need to do in order to get those. So firstly, we have the Icebreaker. So even if you had one in year 1, you can't just grab a year 3 version from the kiosk, unfortunately. Everyone has to earn it once again. So the way you get it is very simple, but also very difficult at the same time because it boils down to RNG. So Zavala is going to offer 3 bounties every single week. One of them is called Sunrise, and this is the bounty you're after. And this one is linked to the Nightfall Strike. So this is the one and only bounty that can drop the Icebreaker. It's the main one to pay attention to. The other 2 are just for rep and some extra rewards. But essentially, you've got 3 chances per week to obtain the thing. Pretty similar to how Thorn each week you have to try and open the bounties for Archon's Forge and hope they gave you one. But this, of course, only 1 chance of 1 bounty. So 3 chances per week on all your characters if you have them. Another thing is also very, very rare to drop in itself. So that is the main problem because the drop rate is very low. It seems to be around 1%. So you do need to get pretty lucky and make sure RNG is on your side. Nothing else to it really. Just make sure you get lucky and make sure you do all your 3 bounties across all 3 of your characters each week. And it'll simply drop right there in front of you. So this is some footage of actually dropping from my good friend, another YouTuber called Wizite, and today he got pretty lucky and actually dropped for him, as you can see right now. He's basically freaking out and it's hilarious to watch. But this is basically what it looks like when it does drop. It's simply a weapon, no quest or anything fancy, just drops right there and it'll be light level 370. In terms of the weapon, it is identical to the year 1 Icebreaker with all the buffs and nerfs. It's exactly the same, nothing different, no different perks, no slight abilities or secret things. Simply the Icebreaker in year 3, nothing more, nothing less. The only difference is that it does, of course, have those 2 exotic ornaments, which you, of course, get from the treasures of the Dawning, the Nano Hearts, and the June Maker, and those, of course, slightly tweak the visual appearance of the weapon. But there you go, that is the Icebreaker. So moving on to the Thunderlords and how you get both of them, the Solar and Void one, Abaddon and Nova Mortis. First step, you need to get to rank 7 in the record book, and you need to obtain the item called Zer's Tag, that's what it's for, and you need to use this to open up the big present in the back of the tower. Forget the other ones, you don't really need the Saladins or Amandas, those give you extra stuff, but the Zer's Tag is the main one you want here, and that opens up the middle present in the tower. So once you open it, of course, it gives you the quest for the Void version, the Nova Mortis. You then go speak to Akora, and then go into the Gunsmith, and he's going to ask you to go and get a bunch of Void ability kills, so supers, grenades, or melee. As long as it's Void, all of those things will get you the points. It's actually really easy. It's not like the sword quest, it doesn't take very long at all. Once you do that, you go back to the Gunsmith once again, and he's going to then ask you to complete the Abomination High Strike, which of course is the new Fogoth one in Rise of Iron. It has to be the 320 light version, of course, otherwise it'll give you the old Fogoth version. But then you go back once you complete the strike to Akora, and she's going to give you the Nova Mortis at light level 370. So next, you've got the identical process for the solar version called Abaddon. You can immediately go to Zavala and begin that quest. It's currently at this time bugged where Ikora has a notification above her head for nothing pretty much instead of Zavala, who is actually offering the quest. I'm sure Bungie will fix it soon, but basically ignore Ikora. She hasn't got anything for you. Go speak to Zavala instead, and he's going to offer you the Abaddon quest. You basically do the same thing, and you go to the Gunsmith, get the next step, and he's going to get you to do solo ability kills this time. So again, supers, melees, and grenades. Then you go back to the Gunsmith once again. He's going to tell you to do the Shield Brother Strike this time. And once that's done, you can grab the Abaddon from Zavala, and there you go, it's all done. And of course, in terms of the weapons themselves, they are once again exactly the same as the normal Thunderlord, the Arc version, but of course the different elements. But there you go, that is how they are obtained. Those are the 3 new exotics available in the Dawning, and everything you need to know about them. Of course, if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, a like rating would be much appreciated. Comment down below if you've got the Icebreaker, if you're one of the lucky ones, or whether you're still trying to hope to get it, or if you've got the Abaddon and Nova Mortis yet as well. I'll be interested to see who's got what weapons. I'll put a link in the description to Wizite getting the Icebreaker, and you can see his reaction live, which is pretty funny. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on my future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.